So we get to see another chapter of Fairy Tail coming out super early, may I remind you. Going in with Natsu kicking some fucking ass. We got Gajeel going in there. We got Urza going with Agil. We got everyone trying to have their own little piece of the pie right now. Just trying to fuck them up. So I'm very surprised in this chapter that these guys that they just like introduced from Agil's army, I'm kind of shocked to actually see that they're actually still even in this thing. Like Natsu's just knocking them out. And that kind of shows, I feel like as well, that Natsu's kind of more grown up when he's saying, listen, I am actually saving my strength for the big guys. Like, I need, as much as it annoys me that I just can't knock these guys out just in one shot, it's like, I need to be smart about this. Like, going against Agil, going against, you know, Brandish, going against all these guys, I need to actually conserve my strength to actually fight these motherfuckers. And I like that. It's like, taking out the irrelevant ones. I mean, we did, like, the guy that looks kind of like the wannabe kind of, like, Zebra and, like, sort of the I believe, not Moo, but the other guy from, like, Magi, like, as well, like, his face all ripped up and all that. Like, it's like, yeah, he's, like, dealing some damage, but it's like, he's not exactly very intimidating, although Gajiel's going against the other one who's some sort of projectile. Like when he was going at him, he was just like firing like this sort of like dark shadow stuff. So maybe that might be, you know, it's just some shadow energy or something like that. So maybe that's something that Gajiel could just absorb and just go into his Iron Shadow mode. Like, very curious exactly what, like, how that fight's really going to go down. So we don't know too much about his powers, but it's like, oh yeah, he's just there fighting Gajiel, and Natsu is going to fight the other one. And he's like, yeah, I like your scarf, kid. It's just like, I want to rip it off. Meanwhile, when we got the other characters going, and we actually get to see Mira Jane fighting some people. And strangely enough, like, Seilah, like, she actually brings, like, Seilah back, and I'm like, what? Like, at first, when I first just, I skimmed around through the chapter, I was like, wait a minute, is Seilah in this fucking chapter? Like, what the fuck? Please don't tell me, like, Zero brought back, like, fucking Tartaros to join with Alvarez. I was like, okay, we're fucked now. We've got to go against Tartaros and fucking Alvarez. But no, it's actually, Mira Jane uses this, Satan's soul, and actually, technically, Seilah's living. She hasn't got a body anymore, but she lives inside of Mira Jane, and it's like, she's just like using the order, saying, oh, this is an order, like, everyone goes down, like, to sleep and all that, and gets knocked the fuck out. And it's like, and I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of adorable when she said, oh, we're just doing the old-fashioned way, like, and she does the little tea, like, I'm like, oh, no, Mira, don't. And honestly, like, not too much could be said about the chapter per se. Like, there wasn't really a lot of progression for it. Like, everyone's fighting. I mean, the kind of the more important things that we got to see is that Lucy's having a battle now with Brandish in her own way, where she's like, she's literally saying, get in the fucking tub with me, otherwise I could end this fight incredibly quickly by just shrinking the town. Like, and just ending it right here. But no, for some reason, I want to be in a bath naked with Lucy, and just, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, really? Like, what is this whole thing that, like, she's trying to do? I'm kind of curious, like, what exactly is the whole game? Because she's just like, I don't really care to fight. So Lucy's just like, okay, I guess I'm getting in the bath naked with this random chick. Like, why the fuck not? Like, honestly, I feel like it's just a way of saying your hero's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna have tits. Why not? In the, like, because I don't know whether or not that's just like, fuck it, like, that's just expected, or it's just like, that's a little bit more insulting to Lucy's character, where it's just like, I mean, yeah, she's kind of been like nearly day one, no, just the tits, but when she has some epic moments like she did in Tartaros, I want her to like, kind of get that, and how the next chapter is kind of just like worded like, oh, Battle of the Naked, like, it's like, come on, you know, Lucy's a better, like, Lucy's grown as a fucking character, so she doesn't have to keep flogging up her fucking tits and just like a naked ass battle. It's like, I know, like, Brandish is such a powerful character that you, like, it's pretty fucking hard for someone to beat, but it's like, I don't know, maybe during this, hopefully this, like, whole thing, maybe Lucy derives a way to actually take care of her, like, her whole spatial magic and actually take care of that problem. Maybe there's something there, or maybe, like, we learn something about Brandish, and maybe it might give some, like, more, like, a little bit more of a backstory between her, or maybe something of the other characters. That'd be nice if we find out what exactly is the whole deal with Alvarez. Why did they join up with Zareth? Like, I feel like there's a few things we can take this, but honestly, the rest of it was kind of fluff, like, oh, war and being scared and all that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's one of those chapters where it's like, yeah, people, like, I mean, I really enjoyed last week's one because everyone's fucking going in, but this one was just like, okay, everyone's still continuing the fight. They just, it kind of felt like this chapter was like fluff. Like, this is like one of those ones you read in a volume of like the manga or something, or just the anime, and it just, you know, passes by. This is just stuff going through. It's just like, yeah, you know, it was alright, it was decent, but nothing like honestly, the most thing that was like kind of important in this chapter kind of pretty much was the whole getting to see Seilah come back. And I was like, you know, Sailor's one of my favorite from Tartaros, and I thought she was a very interesting character out there, and I really do like her whole curse thing of the the Order. So, and that shows Mira Jane is extremely strong now. She's able to actually take care of like the soul of Seilah, and technically I guess Seilah lives because they're saying like, yeah, her soul lives within like Mira Jane. So there we go. I guess that's something to go out there, that not all of the Tartaros members are dead. So, you know, there you go. I mean, although a lot of them got fucked, I know, like, all of them are kind of fucked up. I know Kyoka's like fucked, dead. I know like Jackal's dead, and I know a lot of the others are dead. So it was like, hey, it's kind of cool to see one back. Honestly, there wasn't too much to the chapter. I'd give it like, it was a fine chapter of Fairy Tail, like 6.5. Like it was okay. It was some nice things in there, but honestly, the best way to describe the chapter was just, it was fluff. Like it was just there. Like it really wasn't. So that it was a little disappointing just to see that. It's like, but one question is like, I'm kind of curious, where the fuck is like the actual like anime movie news? Because that got announced a very long time ago, and that's something I've kind of been wanting to see in the Fairy Tail a while. Like, maybe an anime trailer or just show something of the movie, because normally when an anime movie gets normally announced, you normally see a couple of screenshots and all that. To be fair though, I think that was like that with like the Phoenix Princess movie, so I'm kind of curious exactly what's more going to do like with Fairy Tail. But hey, maybe like since we've got a free day on Monday now for Fairy Tail, maybe I might do a discussion of Fairy Tail, talk a little bit more of what I think is going to happen with all these fights with the Alvarez War, and like, you know, just more going on to like talking more about the series in general. But that's all for me. I want to thank you very much for watching as always. Not a very exciting chapter, I know, but it's like there were some cool moments. This is like I'd definitely say this chapter is probably the weakest so far out of the Alvarez stuff that we've got, which is a sad thing to admit, really. Like, I mean, that's I'm not trying to be biased or anything. It's like, you know, I love a lot of Fairy Tail, but this is the one where I'm like, yeah, we could have maybe either done without this, or we could have had maybe focused on something else throughout that. Maybe we could have seen more of the Lucy stuff, or find more about Alvarez. You know, it's stuff like that, which is a shame, which I don't like coming out of like a video negative, but it's like, yeah, it was a bit meh, but it was a fine chapter overall for what it gave us. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought, and you know, it's a nice little treat to you guys, a nice early Fairy Tail chapter, so you can enjoy that for you. But that's all from me, so thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next